This thing on? Yeah. Hey guys, the Care Fanboy here again. Yeah. It's been another while since I made a video. That's because I was actually debating which deck I should review this time. Excuse me. So I finally came to a decision, and I'm going to be reviewing Dark Worlds, the Dark World deck. Well, it's actually Dark Worlds aren't really that bad, to be quite honest with you. They're not as bad as people make them out to be, because their only card that seems to give people trouble is Grappa. Nothing else, just Grappa. Sure, you get a bunch of little effects, maybe like synchro options with certain cards you may put in Dark World deck, like I don't know, maybe some Fabled guys. I can't remember the full name of it, but there is a few Fabled cards I use in Dark World that make some synchro summons pretty easy to get. But but I'm talking about Dark Worlds, not Fable. But anyways, Dark Worlds, they're they're pretty much just reliant on discarding all the time. I mean, but if your opponent can actually survive uh a turn that well, I don't know whoever would be using Dark Worlds. Like, say for instance your opponent's using Dark Worlds. If you can survive a turn with them like discarding everything like Kaki, Snow, Beige, or Grapha even, well, to be quite honest, they're sacrificing a lot for little result in that way. I really don't know how to explain or how this deck is other than it just relies on discarding. Like literally almost all their effects are pretty much activated if you discard them. But Grapha is the main reason why Dark Worlds are so hated, despite there being plenty of ways to get rid of Grapha. It's got 2,700 attack, and if the Dark World has their own field spell out, it's got 3,000 instead. but this is but Grapha, well, if you send a Dark World monster you currently control on the field back to your hand, you can special summon Grapha from the grave. That's it. That's the main reason. And also, if you discard Grapha, I think you can like I don't know if it has to be face up, but if I don't think it is. But if you discard Grapha, you can destroy any card your opponent has. I think, whenever it be spell, trap, or monster, you can destroy it. You can just pick whatever. But it's only one though, so I don't see what's so bad about Grapha. To be quite honest with you, I've dealt with him very easily. I've managed to return them to my opponent's hand. I managed to banish him. I managed to steal control of him. Very easy to get rid of, actually. And also, if you have a monster with high enough attack, you shouldn't be worrying about Grapha anyways. I mean, a majority of Dark World decks I know don't even use Raigeki. Or even Dark Hole. They just replace that with a bunch of cards that usually just make you discard more. And even then, your opponent might have a shit hand, but then Dark World Dealings may be played at some point, and now end up giving your opponent a chance to actually get rid of uh, one of their more worse cards. Like say for instance, I was using Bujins and I was going against Dark Worlds. If my opponent used Dark World Dealings and I had Bujin Centipede, I would just choose that. I mean, at least I would be able to get something from Dark World Dealings, and I get to draw one as well. Well, draw a card. So I really don't know what else to say about Dark World, the Dark World deck, except that it's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. Really, it's not. The only deck that's much more bad than people actually make out to be is Light Swan. I already went on a rant about them with that fucking Judgment Dragon bullshit, which should be at least one banned. Come on, Doom Network, ban it already, or just limit it to one. I'm getting sidetracked here. I'll see you guys next time.